Hey, this is Dave and Rich again from housebarons.com. Today we're going to show you how to build a feature wall. Typically you have a wall, you hang a picture on it and call it good. In this case, a feature wall is where we use strips of wood, create a design, and it adds a lot of dimension and texture to a wall and really makes it pop and stand out. It's a project anybody can do. We're going to show you how. If you want a PDF of how we did this wall and the dimensions and the like, you can get a free copy of that. Just go to our website, housebarons.com, and we'll go ahead and email it to you. In this particular video, we're going to show you how we did a random design feature wall. We have another video coming up that's a pattern design feature wall, and they're very different, but it gives you an idea of what you can do with a few strips of wood and a little bit of imagination. So let's get started. All right, to begin the project, we had a couple 4x8 by ½ inch MDF sheets, and we used a table saw to go ahead and slice those into 1-inch strips that were 8 feet long. We used approximately 20 to 30 of those individual strips for this first wall. The table saw is really a nice tool to have, so that you can get these nice consistent cuts. I first tried with a circular saw and that did not work very well, so a table saw is really the right tool for it. There's a few of the strips that we cut. Yeah, we had more in the garage. There you can see we had about 20 or 30 of those individual strips. Once we had all the individual strips cut, we went and painted them. Our first thought was it might be easier to paint them before they get on the wall. As we did the design, we ran out of strips that were already pre-painted. So we hung up raw strips and painted them on the wall. And either way worked out fine, so it's really a matter of your preference. The next step was to go ahead and mark the stud locations on the wall. The drywall doesn't really have enough holding power. We always made sure that we were shooting a nail into a stud whenever possible. Originally we thought we would have perimeter pieces, and then later on we opted to just have boards on there without a perimeter piece. And so here you see I had to go back in and cut in the wall. In a future feature wall video, we'll show you a pattern design where you can see how we laid out a perimeter first, kind of like a picture frame. Okay, as you can see here, I'm laying out the wall, and the wall was comprised of verticals, horizontals, and boards that were on a 45-degree angle. It makes the end cuts easier when you're cutting the end. The longer the strip is, the more it bows, and so you have to double check that to make sure that it is straight the whole way. We also had a 6-foot level, which was really nice and handy to keep things straight. If you just had a handsaw and a level and a hammer and nails, you could probably do this whole job. It would just take a lot longer. But the more tools you have at your disposal, certainly it's a lot easier and a lot quicker to do. So you have to make that call on how many tools do you think you'll need. As we said before, we ran out of boards. We underestimated the initial number of boards that we were going to need, so we ran out of pre-painted ones. So we just went ahead and painted them once they were on the wall and found out that either way works. The only issue was when you get close to the edges of the wall and there's a different color paint on the other wall, you have to be really careful. But that's just painting. That's normal in painting. To finish up, we spackled the nail holes and then repainted. The finished product was really remarkable. When people walk into that room and they see that wall, it draws a lot of comments. Well, I hope this video helps give you an idea on what a feature wall is and how to build one. The whole project probably took 2 or 3 hours. If you got any questions, drop us a line. We'll be glad to answer that as soon as we can. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. We've got lots more videos coming. We're going to follow this video with one on a feature wall that's a pattern as opposed to a random design. Thanks a lot for viewing, and we'll see you next time.